You're here, I'm queer, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a special doll coming all the way from Wonderland. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you probably already know about this amazing collaboration. I had the amazing opportunity to work with the Vinyl Scene on Instagram to create a fan art of the new Disney designer dolls, and they wanted to spotlight the heroines that isn't in the official princess lineup. Vinyl Scene invited several artists to create and design a concept art for their respective characters, and the Vinyl Scene illustrated the final fan art for everyone. This way, they all look very cohesive. I want to show you guys everyone's art and characters, so let's go ahead and start with the Vinyl Scene's art, and they designed Kida from Atlantis. Next is Esmeralda by Poppy Loves Fashion, Giselle by They Call Me Obsessed, Megara by Guto Collector, Mirabelle by Aaron Malibu, Elon Wee by Max Steven, Jane by Andrew's Grotto, and mine is Alice from Alice in Wonderland. It took me some time to finalize the design and try to imagine Alice walking the red carpet, but I knew I wanted to blend some vintage/historical silhouette and of course the wonder of Wonderland. This is the rough concept I landed on, and I wanted to create a look that represents her time in the Queen's garden and domain. I cleaned it up a bit and added more colors, and this is the concept I gave to the Vinyl Scene. They then made the final fan art for Alice, and it looked so wonderful and magical. I was so obsessed when I saw my design in their style because it looks so official and perfect. Her hair is inspired by Judy Garland's hair in Meet Me in St. Louis. I really love how her hair moved in that movie and thought it would be apropos for Alice. A fur stole wraps around her shoulders to represent the Cheshire Cat, guiding her through Wonderland. Her body overflows with red painted white roses and a thorn sleeve to show Alice's rebellious sensibilities. The skirt is made out of cards to represent how they overwhelmed her at the end of her dream, and she is accessorized with a black and white king chess piece for her earrings and a golden crown for her necklace. I'm really excited to show you guys this doll because I'm so proud of this collaboration and how the doll turned out in the end, and with that being said, let's start with the transformation. For our Alice doll, I will be using two dolls this time, of course. I feel like it's becoming a usual to have like a hybrid doll for each doll. But for this one, for her body, I will be using this Barbie Made to Move doll. As you can see, she does not have any hands, but that will be alright. And for her face, I will be using this Cinderella doll that sings, actually. And this one was actually gifted to me by Mark Jonathan Repaints. So look at that, Mark, you know, putting it to use. But yes, this one sings. So that's cute. But yes, we will be rebodying this head into the Barbie body, just so that she has the articulation in the arms. That one is very important to me to have for this particular project. Let's go ahead and start cleaning her up, and let's remove all of her hair. We will be making a beautiful wig for Alice. Then let's move on to the body. Let's go and work on that first. So as usual, it's become a usual, I will be sawing her waist in half. The costume that I commissioned was actually molded onto a Disney body. So this one, the Barbie body is a little bit more of a straight torso and stomach, so I just want to give her a little bit more of a cinched waist, and also to make up for the bulk of the fabric that we will be adding. I do want to think about that too, so yeah. I'm just using my 2-part epoxy clay, and we will be sculpting a corseted look for our Alice doll. This will also make it more kind of like historically accurate, if anything. Let's wait for that to dry and we will sand it in the end. Now let's go ahead and remove her factory paint. As you can see, this is a beautiful Cinderella doll. I love her expression. So it's really, really cute, but she definitely has to go. So let's take our acetone. You can also use nail polish remover if it has acetone in it. It just makes it easier, you know? And for our wig, I will be using these two yarn colors, one in gold and one in kind of like canary yellow, and I will be blending them together to create these wefts. As you can see, they are really, really nice. So now let's go ahead and start gluing it onto our wig cap. And as per usual, you want to start in the bottom, work your way up, kind of like pre-planning. Of course, this one has kind of like a half up, half down, kind of like a victory roll. The Judy Garland hair I was trying to reference is definitely like a 40s type of hair. So I'm definitely just trying to get that in motion. I really, really love her bangs there. I love how her hair was moving. And yeah, overall it's just really, really nice. And I'm just using my heated metal chopsticks to curl her hair going in. I feel like that's really important for most vintage hairstyles, especially you know, from like 40s and 50s. Most of the curls go in, not really out, so yeah. I also wanted her bangs to look so perfect and like vintagey. I want it to be long, but also I want it to be long enough so it's cute, but also short enough where it shows her eyebrows. So yeah. And if you're wondering, yes, her bangs is like hairsprayed the house with a lot of hairspray. And that is pretty much it for the wig for now. Now let's go ahead and work on her costume. I want to say thank you to So Designer on Instagram for helping me make this beauty come to life. Like, look at this like sleeve, look at this bodice, I love it. This skirt or this underpinning type of skirt is gonna go underneath to give it that poofy look. And then voila. I wanted to really capture the art as accurate as possible. So this is gonna be so exciting. And again, thank you so much, Shane, for creating this beauty for me. It was such an honor to collaborate with you for this one. Now for the cards, I got these printables from Etsy and I resized them in Photoshop to kind of fit the doll scale. You can use real cards if anything, but real cards are just really big and they won't really fit the doll and how I want it to fit. So I printed them out here on a tattoo paper. You may also use those transfer paper, the iron-on transfer papers if you guys have them, but this is what I had laying around because I always love to test my tattoos before I get them. And so as usual, you just peel off the clear plastic and this will serve as the glue for the tattoo paper. So it works like a regular transfer temporary tattoo, and I got a bunch of these. I pretty much got like a whole deck. Only the cards though. I didn't really do the queens, the kings, and all that, so yeah. And obviously you just want to cut them in shape, and for this one I had two sizes, a bigger one and a smaller one. The difference really isn't that major, but I thought it really helped to kind of blend into the top of her skirt. Now I'm taking this fabric, and I believe this is actually like blackout curtains. It's like blackout fabric used for your windows. It is very, very thick, but also very, very small. I wanted the cards to be fabric. I didn't want them to be paper or cardboard or anything like that because I wanted them to have the flexibility. And yeah, like I said, I wanted them to look like fabric. So one by one, I'm just sticking it on to this fabric. And of course, we are wetting it with our spray like a normal temporary tattoo. And then you just peel it off very, very gently. And voila, you have you have printed it and transferred the design onto the fabric. Again, I feel like I do recommend the iron-on print better just because it'll be more durable. But for what I had, this one worked perfectly. And now let's go ahead and start gluing it one by one, starting from the bottom. And this one was so fun to make. Surprisingly, I had enough for the entire skirt. I thought I was gonna run out, but I think I had overall, I think I had 8 sheets of the cards. So yeah, more or less. And I also wanted it to be more of like a train towards the back, so yeah. And next, let's go ahead and work on her first doll. And over here, I just got these pom-pom balls. I literally got so many of these. And unfortunately, I'm only using like one of each bag. I wanted it for the size, of course, and also the color of the pink and purple. So I was very, very specific in getting these to the right size and also like how it will look on her scale-wise. And I'm just sewing them together to create the Cheshire tail. Now for her sleeves, I want to use this puff paint over here to give it kind of like that thorny, branch-like, stem-like effect. I really wanted her sleeves to be a little bit more like 3D, and I'm using the puff paint to also create the spikes and thorns from the roses. And unfortunately, it didn't really dry as pointy as possible as I want it to be. Over time, it just kind of like softens. But that's fine, it still gives off the thorn-like effect. For the roses, I have this heirloom roses, and they are actually, I don't know if they're acrylic or something, but they are hard, and they're like used for like scrapbooking or something. But they're really cool, they're like good for charms, and they have a flat back, so I'm just gluing them one by one, kind of like arranging it like a bouquet or a bush of roses. And of course, we are painting the roses red. You have to. For Alice, you have to. Let's slide in her sleeve over here and also glue on more roses. I do want this all to be kind of like a cohesive part. I want her sleeve to be kind of like a part of her bodice. And again, let's take our red paint and paint the roses red. I want to add some dimension to her sleeve, so I'm just adding some black, some dark green, some light green to really create a deeper and more detailed look on her sleeves. For the leaves on her sleeve, I am taking this plastic plant over here and I am just finessing it, gluing it one by one to her sleeves. Spoiler alert, the glue will not stand, so I had to sew this individually towards the end. And again, I'm just blending in those leaves with some paint. For her earrings, I had to make sure that I knew that something like this exists. So I got the world's smallest chess piece, chessboard or whatever, and it is an actual chess that you can play. And it's really, really cute because they are miniature, but they are also the perfect size that we have for the artwork, and this is so incredible, and we will be turning this into earrings. And of course, her necklace is a crown. So I got this crown, I believe, from Michael's from their miniature section. For her hands, of course, the Barbie did not have hands. I don't know why. I think I used it on another custom. But I have these integrity hands, which is perfect. So yeah, we are going to be painting one of them with the red. And I really, really love this look. It reminds me of my grandmother's like henna hair dye that she used to have. Like the box art of it had like a girl, she was holding like a rose, and kind of like regal at the same time. I don't know. And of course we are taking this like tulle fabric, shimmering tulle fabric, and that will be a part of the gloves. For her ribbon, spoiler alert, I did not actually use the velvet, but I am making her black ribbon for her hair. It was still black, I just changed the fabric to kind of like a satin silky material in the end. For her shoes, of course, Alice deserves a beautiful black pump, so I'm just taking my Model Muse Barbie pumps over here. I know you really can't see them, but of course, she deserves a classic black pump with a bow. So I thought the bow would tie in with the bow in her hair. Let's just paint that black to make it cohesive with everything. And of course, I'm sure the Queen of Hearts will appreciate that she has some red bottoms. Painted red bottoms, nonetheless. To finish off her gown, I am just taking these glitter spray. And please do not do what I'm about to do right now, especially for the Krylon. The IGK is for your hair, so it's fine. But the Krylon one, for some reason, I sprayed indoor right here. Let's just say fumes the house, fuming in the entire room. So yeah, don't do it. I had to take it outside and I was like, I remembered this is Krylon, this is not safe for indoor spraying. So I took it outside to spray it continuously. However, I do like the IGK pre-party spray. I can't find it anywhere anymore. So if you guys know any like good safe for skin or hair body glitter or something that's like a spray form, please let me know. Let's go ahead and work on her face, and of course, as you can see, it is matte. It is ready for our like pencils. I have pre-sprayed it with Mr. Super Clear, so it is ready and primed. So let's go ahead and map out her new eyes. And for this one, I really wanted her to look very, very soft. I want her expression to be very, very like regal, elegant, but really like soft and just like kind and nice. Definitely, you know, like I just want her to look soft. And I really hope that I was able to achieve that. This is probably one of my favorite face ups in a while, just because of like how like cute it is. And yeah, of course we are using our watercolor pencils. The brand I specifically use is Derwent. It's really, really nice and it glides on the face really, really well. Of course, for the blushing, I am using my chalk pastels, and you want to build that up gradually. You don't want to go overboard with that one. And that's also what I used for her lips. You know, I wanted her lips to kind of look like the powdery style lips, not really like a lipstick look, but kind of like a blushed lip look. So yeah, I was using just pastels for that one. I really want her eyes to be very, very blue. I want it to be like ocean blue. So I made sure to not make her pupil as dark as I usually do it. But But yeah, and I also made her iris really, really light. I really wish they would make more official dolls of these characters because I think they have such a strong fan base. Who would you like to see more of as a doll? Comment them down below. I really tried my best to make her face up as soft as possible. I know, I know. I was trying to go for the light, no makeup look, so I hope I succeeded. Now I'm taking my white acrylic paint and I'm going over her teeth. I'm also going over the whites of her eyes and also her tear ducts to really make it very, very opaque. And of course, we are going to give her some catch lights. The catch lights will give her some life. And you can't have wonder without glitter. I mean, you can, but you know, for this one, I'm using 3 glitters, and these are resin metallic pigments in silver, pink, and gold. And I am just building that up onto her face and kind of like all over her later on. But I'm starting with the pink, and then I'm going with the gold, and then I'm finishing it off with the white. Now let's go ahead and gloss up her lips with our Sculpey Gloss Glaze. And I layered this up maybe twice. I really wanted her lips to look so wet and like really like shiny and glossy. Now it's time for our lashes, and for this one I believe I used 8 single human fake lashes per eye. So overall it's like 16. And voila! We are pretty much done with Alice's face. As you can see, I have trimmed her lashes. She looks so cute. Her expression is so nice, demure, elegant. But you know, there is rebellious and mischievous side to her as well. Let's go ahead and start putting her outfit together. I'm just taking this existing stockings that I ordered. I feel like that will make it more historically accurate if anything. Let's go and start putting her together. Putting this doll together made me really happy and excited because of how it is coming together so nicely. This is definitely one of my top favorite dolls, and I really want to say thank you to Vinyl Scene for letting me design Alice. For the first doll, it is actually being held up by a wire that goes inside her bodice in the back. I forgot to film that part, but yes. And then it is sewed to her bodice as well, so it stays in place. And to add more magic, some fairy dust or Wonderland magic dust, I'm just taking this dropper over here and I'm just like blowing some glitter all over her, you know, why not? I feel like it's apropos. I'm adding some onto her décolletage as well and all over her hair. And I almost forgot to give her like the paint dripping effect, so I am just painting that here slightly. I'm trying to really imitate like a splatter effect, you know, because they were being messy trying to paint the roses red. And now we're done with Alice in Wonderland.